In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Pacmania Legacy Arcade 1-Up unit and let you know if it's worth your money to pick up this cabinet.
You lose. Perfect.
So the first thing you'll notice with this unit is, as far as the graphics go, I really like the sort of design that they used. I believe this is the same one as the original Pacmania cabinet. However, unlike a lot of guys who do this and take a look at these home arcade units, I'm not ultra big into it being 100% authentic, so I like the crispness of the graphics that they used here. I also really like the size and the shape of this actual unit. So what I mean is, I haven't bought a new generation arcade 1-Up cabinet this year, so this new change in look that they've provided for this particular model, to me, I think it looks really sharp. I also like that it seems like, from what I'm seeing online and from other YouTubers and guys in this community, is that they're now moved to a plastic coin door with all of their newer units. And as far as I'm concerned, this looks beautiful. I personally wish that I could upgrade all my previous arcade 1-Up cabinets, and that might be something that happens in the near future, because I really like the way this pops on the actual front kick plate of this unit itself. Now, another thing I also like is that it seems to also be that all of the newer arcade 1-Up units are now using a light-up marquee. Now, I've seen some purists who say this isn't a great quality marquee. To me, I think that's a little over the top. I personally don't care. The fact that it lights up at all, to me, I think looks great. As far as I'm concerned, these are 3/4 scale cabinets. They're also reasonably priced, so for what they are, I like the fact that this comes standard with that sort of marquee. Now, one other thing I do want to point out is the actual build quality of this unit. This unit, compared to some of my other arcade 1-Ups, just feels a lot more sturdy to me, and it feels a lot more structural, which probably makes sense since you seem to have a lot more pieces for the build of this unit that are kind of holding it all together. So as far as durability feels, this one feels a lot stronger, and that does extend to the gamepad as well. Now, with the game selection, I also thought that, with the exception of Pac and Pal, if you watch my Miss Pac-Man video, you know I'm not the biggest fan of that game, but I thought that the actual selection for this unit was great. I myself had only actually really played Pacmania on the Bandai Legacy unit from the first wave that they released of those types of units. However, Pac-Man is a game that's near and dear to me. I also am pretty fond of games like Pac-Land, and Rolling Thunder is, again, another game I'd never played before until this unit, but I'm a huge fan. You also have other staples like Galaxian and Galaga 88, which are just fantastic games on this unit. So as far as the actual look of this unit, the additions of the coin door, the actual arcade 1-Up style look, and the overall size, I think there's a lot to like in this unit. Now, another thing that I also wanted to point out that I really like comes down to the actual Wi-Fi features. So when I was looking at this unit and considering buying it, one of the things that I was kind of iffy about was one of the big advertised features was online scoreboards. I personally thought that was kind of silly because it seems like a waste of Wi-Fi features, but I'm completely wrong. As I started playing this unit and using this unit, I found that I think it's great that you're able to compare your scores to other people, and it's actually made me go back to certain games over and over again, hoping that I can get higher on that leaderboard and higher on that scoreboard. So I actually really like that feature on this unit. What I don't like on this unit, however, comes down to the screen. So originally when I bought this, I was posting on some of the arcade 1-Up groups that I said this was probably a little worse than my Street Fighter 1 unit. I've since compared, and I'd say it's a lot worse. This monitor itself is very washed out from the left and right sides. Now, this is kind of mitigated by the fact that you're facing it head on, but even then, it still seems like the coloration and the brightness of the monitor itself are a little offset in certain spots, and it makes it sometimes uncomfortable to play for long periods of time. Now, that's, in my opinion, probably the biggest issue. The second issue, and it's probably more of a minor nitpicky issue, is that on games like Rolling Thunder, which are designed to be displayed on a widescreen basically, this unit itself just basically displays it in the center of the vertical screen. The reason that I'm not a fan of that is I've had other arcade 1-up units, or have other arcade 1-up units like my Mortal Kombat unit, where you can tell that Arcade 1-Up put time and care into making borders around those types of games to make it seem like it fits for that unit. I don't know why they couldn't have done that for Rolling Thunder. For me, it just kind of seemed lazy. But overall, I'd say that that's probably more of a minor issue in the bigger picture of things. So there you have it. With this unit, I will say I think the build quality, the artwork, the game selection is all very, very good. The biggest complaint I have with this unit is the fact that the monitor is really, really washed out if it's viewed from the left or right angle. So unless you're facing it head on, I found there was a lot of issues with this cabinet. Now, with that being said, I only paid about $300 for this unit brand new. If you paid more than that, this might be a bigger concern for you. But for me, at the price point that I spent on this cabinet, especially with the live features and everything else that was included with it, I think it was worth the $300. Now, if you're picking this up off season where they're not offering it at a discounted price, the screen issues might be a make or break issue for you. However, I have seen some other YouTubers who own this unit. What they've gone ahead and done is actually swap out the monitor, so that might be something as well to consider. Overall, for $300, I would say this is definitely worth recommending that you pick up.